Good evening, students. As per our commitment, I'm here to discuss about the topic for today, that is training and development. This is the topic which is very important part of human resource management as a management discipline, and it is also important as a student of BBA program that it is going to complete one major unit of your syllabus. So without any delay, let us proceed. As far as training and development, we need to understand uh, why there is a need of training, meaning, nature, and scope of the training. This is the preamble of your syllabus, though we'll try to talk very specifically in this matter and will be able to learn certain things. Workplace skills strategy or the training is an important ingredient of managers these days. Human capital is increasingly regarded as one of the major drivers of productivity, economic growth, and competitive advantage. Therefore, recognizing the importance of human capital, the training manpower sets to generate. Training is actually a process by the orientation of the skilled workforce into their exact work may be ensured. In other words, or in the normal simple words, we can state that training is a process of transforming the individuals in their workplace, or it is a process of making one getting fit into the capacity of the individual, which is his or her job. So skill in terms of changing skills or making someone more skilled, more adaptable, more motivated, and more resilient towards work. It is the primary criteria for the training. Then, a flexible and efficient labor market is the key aspect at the end of the employee and employer and vice versa. Therefore, the flexible, efficient labor market can ensure the flexibility in terms of training, the responsive strategy to meet employees' need to skilled workforce, and it makes a learned employees for customer, which may be bearish for customer satisfaction and increase productivity in terms of satisfaction of business, and by and large they are going to satisfy the organization. Customers and business, there are two things to be talked about. In between a customer and a businessman, there are employees, and employees are the real service provider as far as services are concerned. As a demand driven approach of human resource and skill development, the training will build and strengthen relationship with and among workplace partners and better engage employers unions to respond to challenges of workplace development. Now we need to talk about an organization is only as good as its employees. This is a true saying in their own words, because any organization is sum total of reflection of their workers, their workforce, their managers, their whole sum of the team called manpower. Therefore, in order to have a good or sound organization to produce good volume of product or services, product or services or amalgamation of both, the professionals are required, they have a mindset to have a learned person. Therefore, the saying is through this saying, like an organization is only as good as its employee. Therefore, an employee needs to be good in his or her approach towards the betterment of the organization or productivity. What type of investment what must an employee offer employees to gain this? This is the question which every student of HRM or every manager while procuring or thinking about training needs to answer. As far as the student's question is concerned, this is to understand what is the theory, and as far as a professional call a manager, he or she needs to understand the real essence of the training. This investment uh, in terms of training and educating a person or source called human resource is surely going to pay a lot. As a student, if you are being trained or if you are being educated well, this will pay off in your entire life. Let us talk about the importance of training. Training is an important idea. Many of the social scientists or psychiatrists had advised that a trained brain is more wiser than what the untrained brain or trained muscle power or untrained muscle power. Managers, importance to overall business strategy, labor leaders, importance to collective bargaining issues. So you can see that both are in need of a proper training in lieu of time, in lieu of skills, in lieu of attitude and their behavior. Let us talk a very simple manner why the training is important, right? We may not be able to justify this once we are not visualizing the database. Example of training investment are the companies, people, the countries, the HR workforce, or the managers. Those are devoting a lot of good time of theirs into the quest of the training. They used to talk about the goodness or importance of training, by the way. Industry and government in the United States, I'm quoting certain examples with the help of this PPT, that the industry and government in the United States spend approximate $90 billion each year on employee training and education. So this is a huge amount, and then it is showing the importance of this particular topic. Every Japanese company spend about 6% of budget on training. Study of major automobile manufacturer found US automakers spend about 40 hours training new employees compared to 300 hours for Japanese automakers. Motorola CEO required to advise all divisions to spend at least 2% of budget on training. Overall, over next 7 years, profit increased 47%, and it was estimated that each $1 in training yield to $30. So by these statistics, students, you may have the idea what is the great importance of training nowadays in a competitive market of the production so as the services. Let us talk about furthermore, training activity should be aligned with overall objective of the organization. Now, once we have talked about the importance of the training, we need to talk about meaning and nature also. We need to understand what would be the meaning for the training to the employees, or what would be their particular response in terms of that particular training. The overall objective of the organization needs to be aligned with this particular investment. Suppose a company is in the urge of mission or a vision, his or her mission and vision needs to be profoundly incomplete until the training would not align with their mission and vision. And therefore, with a meaningful emphasis, the meaning of the or importance of the training would be value addition to our human resources. Whenever we are talking about training are important because they have got certain value addition to the workforce available, and they may upgrade their skills, and skills are vital in nature. Therefore, what all are the factors we need to consider for the training? Factors to consider for training is training to benefit organization. It is to benefit the employees. It is to benefit the industry, and it always be benefited or provide a good return on investment. Students, I believe most of us or our parents in our childhood used to state that आज का किया हुआ परिश्रम और आज का किया हुआ इन्वेस्टमेंट कभी बेकार नहीं जाता. Same as the investment getting done by the companies by the name of training is an important aspect, and that will benefit to whole sum of the organization by the name of industrial benefit, employees benefit, and the organizational benefit at the most. Why we call training as a investment? So meaning of the training as a kind of investment. Investment in terms of it's not always very easy that training doesn't have its value. Training have its monetary value, it have got budget value, and it have got the so much of importance. The X or two competitive companies are performing in the market. X company is getting weighted in terms of their performance, and Y is not being able to do so because the people or the persons those are working for the sake of that particular work, they are not going to justify. So this is what the projection that I am talking about in terms of the investment. In terms of investment, to invest properly, the employer must provide training as one of the needed tool for employee to get the job done. Because without the training, no organization, no workforce, no team may succeed. So trainings are wider in nature. The trainings or the sharing of information through training is our most valuable tool. Develop our most valuable assets called our employees. Therefore, the training is required. As per your syllabus or as per our belief, why we are doing the studies or why a company is investing a lot on the individual training, because the proximity of success or probability of success to your competitor by a company to the other will be marginalized or would be determined by this particular training, and therefore it is very important. Once employees have proper tools in their toolbox, they will have got many things to do, or we can say they can do the wonders which the others cannot. They will come to work on a daily basis with enthusiasm and positive attitude to give a full day work or a full day pay. Training should aim at, therefore, training should aim at empowering the employees. Now, empowering is meant for making the individuals, the workforce, the team, the laymen, the uh, making the workforce or employee individuals more skilled, more powered in terms of decision making, more power in terms of providing the opportunity for working value into the result oriented approach of the organization. Definitely it is the correlation. There is a correlation, though we really cannot talk about this in a very small session, but there is a correlativity. Productivity or the profitability is having the relationship with the training. As good as your training would be, the productivity or proximity of profitability will definitely be increased, making the process more efficient and effective as so as to ensure ultimate customer satisfaction. At the end of the day, what matters is the performance, and the performance is an outcome through the customer satisfaction, which will never be achieved once you are not trained. Especially into the field of tourism and travel management and services sector, the improved performance or working scenarios are important. Therefore, the proper training are always important. Now, importance of training as we are continuing in the process, we can talk about it responds to technology changes affecting job requirements. Gone the days where people were working on the let's say the typewriter. Now forget about the laptops, we are moving ahead. So the technological changes affecting your jobs or tools that needs to be given a hands-on experience or hand-on experience by the individual by the name of training. Respond to organizational restructuring. It is in lieu of the responses of the organizational restructuring by the name of performance or performance analysis by the different comparisons. It is the training which responds to the organizational restructuring in the broader terms. Adapt to increase diversity of the workforce. Diversity is not by the diversified workforce, but it is also by the proper training and significant adoption of training process. Support career development. It supports career development because uh, a happy individual or employee can always be turned out in terms of happy individual in terms of a career. Fulfillment of employee needs and growth. So these are certain criteria. Those are very important while considering or making the training or planning for the training plan. Importance of training and development. It is, let us go through a quick review. Maintain skills level, that meant for standardization. It advances skills and knowledge to improve by the name of performance, called efficiency by the name of service delivery. Error rate will be marginalized. As much as we are trained, the probability of the errors are definitely going to be very short or thin. Therefore, it needs to be frequent. Profitability, productivity, integrate new technology at the work. It established standards of work practices. Working is the key aspect for the workers, but they could not efficiently work, or their work would not be efficient until they are being trained into. Benefits of training to the individuals: do more efficiently, do the job more efficiently than that thereof the past. Professional approach to work, engaged in best practices routine, personal satisfaction, felt value. Anyone or everyone who have been given a proper training, he have got the personal satisfaction that always have got an important value inside, and that value gives him or her an encouragement so that he or she can work in a more aligned manner. Recognized qualification to add with CV. That is what the important aspect. The benefits of trainings: gives the supervisor more time to manage, standardized performance, less absenteeism, less turnover, reduced tension, consistency, lower cost, more customers, better services. In terms of workup, it provides the confidence to do the job, reduces the tension as it reduces the faults, it boosts the morale for job satisfaction, reduces injuries and accidents and cohesiveness, and gives them a chance of advance. To the business, training benefits good image and profitability. So it's all the win-win situation. Training to benefits are training as summary: improved customer services, public relations, fewer complaints, better morale and attitudes, less turnover and absenteeism, more involved and caring employees, proactive versus reactive employees. So this is what the fundamental change by which the organization can avail benefits. Attitude to training: there are certain changes of the on the attitude after the training, individuals and employer. How is that relate to what I do? Training provides us an opportunity or a student that how do it relates to me, it needs to be related with that training. So that is through the training that we can inculcate the idea. On the contrary, employee, how can I sure the organization will benefit? So both the ways. I'm good at my job, and anyways I have no time. Everyone thinks that I am perfect enough, and that is what the most important mistake. Most or biggest mistake of their own career. Training is so expensive. How will I know if it has been effective? There is cost of the training, but it it have got a drastic impact on the individuals. I suppose that my weakness shot for months, definitely. Will this affect the good goal of the organization, that is the employer's version? Are they training to get rid of me? That meant for get rid of me, that meant for this is for me. No, it is for the failure or mistakes, or it is what the quest of difference called the expected and exact. Whatever the gap that needs to be marginalized at the individual's end and at the end of the organizer or the employer, if I train them, they will be this sort of psychology needs to be avoided. So there was the attitude related to the training, which is the fact in the industry, in the individual aspect. Training process model. There are two things to be talked about. One is the need assessment, then developing and conducting training, and third one evaluating the training. Vice versa. Then how employees learn the best. It is what that teaching method. Training is relevant and practical. Training should not be the vague one. It should be practical and it should be relevant to the work person. Definitely the trainer may be saying, but training to the different group, they need to align the objectivity of the training program or training material. Training material is organized and present in chunk. Training is an informal, quiet and comfortable setting. When they have a good trainer, they need to learn better. When they have received feedback, the performance will be marginally better or good than that of the last one. Then they are rewarded. How do employees learn the best? This is not my statement, or this is not the projected PPT saying. This is Benjamin Franklin. You know that when Benjamin Franklin, he is a scientist. Once upon a time, he had told, "Tell me and I forget. Teach me, I remember. Involve me and I learn." And that is what the training is concerned. Tell me, I forget. Whenever you are going to tell something to someone, he or she will forget. That's the nature of the capacity of human. On the contrary, if you are teaching certain things to someone, definitely he or she will be able to grab certain thing out of it. And if you are involving him or her, he will never going to forget that. That is what the core aspect related to the training, according to the great Benjamin Franklin. Kinds of trainings may be informal, formal. So there are two basic types, identical types rather: on the job, phone or friend, formal attendance, and formal certified and vindictive. Evidence of return of investment must be planned, and so on. Job OGT or job instruction training is important part of the training at the workplace, mainly in the business organization. It has been conducted in such a way where the organization can achieve the goal of the objectivity of organizational goal. Also called on-job training, consists of 4 steps. Prepare the learner. First of all, whenever a newcomer joins to the organization, suppose you people are going to be graduated after few years, few days, and someone going to join the organization first time, then organization's most important duty towards you would be to prepare a learner. They need to make you learn through their learning practices, and by default for that they are going to conduct the training. It should be demonstration of the task. कैसे करते हैं, that is more important. क्या करते हैं, that is important, but more important कैसे करते हैं. For example, if I'm going to train someone in some work, क्या करते हैं, then कैसे करते हैं. If you can show me how to do, that will more important. So the HR managers are trying to implant that idea. Then it is the have the worker do the task. Is it that someone have done that? And then if they haven't done, they will make him or her work in front of him or her, and then they follow. So this is what the most important phenomena are related to training part. And as far as organizations are concerned, organizations are very important in terms of individuals' performance, and they used to take care of the individuals in their own territory. And in terms of jobs are important part. Put the workers on the job, correcting and supporting as the necessary ingredients of the job, that is important or that is required. Let us proceed further. Okay, first page, get it short. Classroom training is the skill where a teaching approach has been adopted by the organization. Be aware of the appropriate body language and speech by which the learner will learn. Then watch how you talk to employees, convey respect and appreciation, and handle problems behaviors in effective manner. Avoid time wasters. That is important as far as training in terms of classroom mode of training. It also talks about facilitate employees participation and discussion. Use of visual aids to avoid constantly referring to notes. Now we'll talk about certain parts related to types of training. Trainings are of different types. First is the skill training. You know what? Most important thing in modern HRM or HR phenomena, that is training for the skill. Gone the days where educating employee was not considered as an important ingredient. Therefore, in the change world now, skill training is one of the important training. And then retraining. If you have got certain skill, then you need to be trained it again for that particular skill or learning. Cross functional, and then you need to have the wider exposure of it. Otherwise, one shall not be able to justify their work. For example, when I have got the training how to teach, then once I'm there to do the classroom practices regularly, to be there in the classroom, that is retraining. And then cross functional, when I keep on doing this thing and then proceed multiple approaches into my teaching and teaching pedagogy followed by certain trainings, it would be cross functional. Fourth one would be team training, where people are training for the team management, working in a group. Creativity training for innovation and creativity, and literacy training is related to the part where people are going to be taught for certain things. Diversity training is an important part where people are getting diversified. Customer services for customer service related training. Skill training focus on job knowledge for skills, instructing new hires, overcomings, whatever the overcomings, performance deficit on the workforce. Retraining, maintaining workforce knowledge and skill as job requirement change due to technological innovation, organizational restructuring. That is more important. Third is cross-functional, as I told you already, training employees to perform a wider variety of tasks in order to gain flexibility in work scheduling and then improved coordination. The example has already been given, that is what I'm taking it in a hurry. Team training. Now we need to talk on that. Team training, that training self-directed team with regards to management skills, with regard to coordination skills, with regard to cross-functional skills. Creativity training is using innovative learning teaching techniques to enhance employee ability to span new ideas into the employees. Literacy, the habits of reading in terms of subject knowledge, writing, and making them more literary efficient. Diversity training has enhanced their deficient or different power. Deficiency where we are lacking, then needs to be enhanced, right? So, for example, if you are your institute is a variety of training program that aware that needs to include it awareness, tolerance, respect, acceptability, race, gender, etc. These are the part of the training. Customer serving training, training to improve communication mainly, better response to customer needs, and ways to enhance customer satisfaction. With that, uh, I believe that after a marathon online video classes, we have completed this. This is your syllabus. We have completed the topic of fourth unit. First unit we have completed completely. Second, we have completed. Third, we have completed by the help of entire videos and last sessions. Now, by the end of this video, we have completed training, meaning, importance, need. We are going to talk about performance appraisal a little. Motivation and morale manage is the topic which we need to talk a little, and managing cross-cultural diversity in tourism had already been covered by some paper document. But I still feel that I could share a small video on that. So now we are pending with the only unit that is called fifth unit, and after that we will be able to complete our syllabus. So there's one unit remaining in terms of syllabus. We have completed 80% of syllabus. Uh, so after the end of this particular topic, I would like to convey all of you kindly stay safe at your homes, study hard, do take care of yourself and your parents. Till then, keep watching and keep studying. One more thing that I would like to convey, though as a practitioner, once we are not following the videos, that may not be a problem. But once we are finding the exams on the hand, these videos will be very useful for you guys. So try to have an eye on them. That will help. Thank you so much. Good night.